Right then, welcome back. Today, race 2 of the Superbike No Limits Club Trophy. Another catchy name. We're at Kyalami, South Africa. Very, very, very good track. Very good. Really like it. One of my favourites. And we're going to use this, the 2019 Yamaha R1 race modified. I suspect this is the best handling out of the Fireblade and the ZX10 Ninja. Kyalami is very much something that needs a good front end and high corner speeds. Some of the corners are absolutely mega. So we're going to go with this and we'll give it a fettle and we'll see how it gets on. The only possible problem, I say problem, is the wheelie issue. R1s have a tendency, look at that for a last corner. Ooh, awesome. R1s tend to have a bit of a wheelie problem. So setup wise, we're going to go basically standard setup, but then I think I'm going to end up tweaking the spring hardness, the rear compression damper, and possibly the rear preload to kind of make the bike sit down more at the back, because it's a bit stiff, and rather than squishing, it just tends to go solid and then rotate and the front wheel comes up. They do wheelie. We do know this is something that I've been through many times before. We'll box standard electronics, track control 1, anti-wheelie 2, engine braking on 2 I think, and we'll muck about with it after we've done a bit of qualifying. So yes, I love this track. This track is mega. Let's see if we can stick it on pole. And there you go. We didn't go any quicker. In fact, we're just about to hit the brakes. A 140.4. Now, the biggest surprise was how far down the leaderboards that time was when we finally went and had a look. But we are on pole by what? 0.6 of a second, almost 0.7. Not miles, not miles. Bike likes to wheelie. That last lap was a bit of a ding dong as well, wasn't it? I think that was Sarah Morrow on the Panigale. Got weird leathers. Looks like an extra for Syndrome out of The Incredibles. Yes, it was a bit spicy, and I think that's the way that the race is probably going to go. Just because the AI are basically cockends, aren't they? And they don't understand about racing etiquette and not turning into people and not diving up the inside. Oh look, there's 3 inches of space on the curve. I know, I'll put my fire blade in the middle of it. Absolute idiots. Back end, way too stiff, loads of wheelie problems. Spring all the way down to 0. That should hopefully let it squash and do a bit of damage. I think we needed a bit longer gear ratios as well. There's just a little bit of limiter creeping in places when the bike cranks over. We'll basically leave it at that. I don't think there's anything to do. Hard front, soft rear. Eleanor's on an Aprilia. Oh, I do like them as well. Sound really nice. 5 laps, Kyalami. This should be a cracker. And we're done. We're done. Back end, not too bad. Now the problem is the front. It would appear that we don't have any damping whatsoever, and she's bouncing and pogoing all over the place, which obviously isn't very good. Didn't affect the race result. We won by, what, 5 and a bit seconds, a bit sketchy. I actually binned it 3/4 of the way around the last lap, hence the replay until we got to the top of the hill. I wasn't going to restart the whole thing. I just did a cheeky little rewind and used the replay to cover it. So there you go. The truth is out there, and my secret is safe with you. Time attack wise, well, let's go and have a look. I think we might have a bike actually. Do we have a bike? 2 races done. I think we've got a bike. He's very happy in his hard leathers because he's a hard man. Let's have a look. Where do we go? There we go. Yes, we've got a Kawasaki. Oh no. The pen is blue. Why can't it be green? Green ones are faster. Speedy always says that green ones are faster, and I 100% agree. That is a good looking bike. I do like that new front end. Very aggressive, very spiky. Yeah, I would not complain opening the garage door to that. But anyway, we gallivant down a rabbit hole. Leaderboards. We did 139.849. That puts us 163rd. The R1 is not the quickest bike round Kyalami. No, it probably goes round corners the best, but it's lacking a massive amount of grunt. If we get top 100, I'll be absolutely made up. If we don't get top 100, then I might just have to keep going until we do. Front end, it's just too bouncy, so we need to slow down the compression and we need to slow down the rebound. I've put a drop of oil in it. That should give it a bit more support and stop it going into the spring travel quite as much. If there's less spring being compressed, then there's less potential kinetic energy in the spring, which means it's not going to fire back at us quite as hard. So the settings didn't really make any sense to me. I had to go down and read the rear ones. What does the return damper do? So I need to speed it up, basically. So I added 1 click and then thought about it and added another click. Hopefully that'll stop that pogo in front end. We'll see. 139.8. If we can get in the top 100, I'll be happy. So leaderboards, Kyalami, let's go. And there we go. Took a while before we actually put a decent lap in. We ended up with 138.766. Next target was 95th. So I'm going to assume that that put us 96. We didn't do loads of laps. Basically, it took to lap 6 to get a clean lap. I was really struggling up the hill. Up to the top of the hill, you've got sort of like a right kink. It goes left over the crest and then like a double apex left down the hill. It just wouldn't kind of stop. I don't know if the settings had made it too hard or not hard enough, or the suspension was staying down and wouldn't come back up, so there was nothing for the brakes and tyres to fight against. I'm not sure. But either way, we ended up on a 138.766, which would have put us 96th. And when I went through, and we'll have a little look at it now, but basically I went through and looked and I couldn't find another 2019 R1. I may have missed it, but I genuinely flicked all the way up, found a couple of 2020s, never ever found a 2019. So I just think that that bike and that track probably aren't a very good match. Sometimes happens. You sometimes get a bike that's not a Panigale V4R that just doesn't go very well at a certain track, just the way that it is. I guess that it would be like that in real life as well. Look how good the R1s are at Brands Hatch, but then they go to other places and struggle. So yeah, it does make sense really. The 2020 is rapid. I mean, third place with a 2020, but we're all the way down in sort of 96th. But hey, top 100. I said if we got top 100, I'd be happy, and there you go. Next time, we are at the Nürburgring GP circuit, and we're going to be on the 2021 Kawasaki ZX-10, the blue one, funnily enough. And that's it. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, absolutely everything. And fingers crossed, I will see you next time. Take care, stay safe. Peace.